The Silkway Rally is not just a race. It's a unique transcontinental project that unites countries, regions and nations all across Eurasia. It stimulates cross-cultural interaction when people of different origin are doing the same thing. A race that would be remembered. So what is exactly the Silkway Rally in terms of numbers? Since its inception in 2009, the race has visited 54 cities located in 5 countries: Russia, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, China and Mongolia. The participants came to the Silkway Rally from 41 countries across the globe. All in all, more than 1,000 vehicles started this cross-country adventure, and the total length of the Silkway Rallies combined overwhelmed 50,000 kilometers. The rally's fleet consists of dozens of planes and helicopters transporting the bivouac on the daily basis. Every time this town appears out of nowhere, and the next day disappears like nothing ever happened.
De directeur sportif, alors ça fait quelques années que je travaille avec le Silkway Rally parce que
I'm working for the Silkway Rally as a sports director for a few years. This is my 6th.
Sport advisor,
I did 5 years as a sports advisor, but in fact I had multiple duties.
J'allais dire du rallye.
Like a Swiss knife of the rally, I was at the track, taking journalists there, making some reconnaissance. I was opening the track at last minute.
Je faisais des ouvertures de dernière minute.
So that was my mission until now, and now I have become a sports director and have more responsibilities.
Ce qui est plus de responsabilité.
We get in touch with competitors who I'm happy, and I'm the link between FIA, organizing committee, and any problems that arouse.
Qui veut que machin. Voilà, vous êtes directeur sportif, le premier, j'allais dire le joint entre les fédérations, l'organisation et les problèmes qu'il peut y avoir.
For the first 10 years of Gazprom Silkway Rally, it used to be the race for cars and trucks. The situation changed in 2019, when bikes were invited to join the adventure. Immediately the race became popular among riders, and the International Motor Federation included it in the cross-country World Cup calendar. For now, it's one of the most action-packed cross-country races for bikes, and a lot of riders, both professionals and amateurs, are eager to take part in this demanding challenge. I'm here on my own with no mechanics. That's why I was learning everything I could about the technology of my motorcycle for the last 3 weeks. I didn't have such skills, so my learning curve was quite steep, but I accomplished that mission, and now I can dismantle a bike and I can put it back together. My aim is to get to know what a rally raid is. The longest race in my career lasted 4 days only, now it's gonna be 10 days. I will be happy if I cross the finish line in Ulaanbaatar. The biggest amount of competitors come from countries that host the Silkway Rally. And it's easy to understand why. Local riders want to drive through their homeland and try to outstrip famous drivers from abroad. After 2019, when Mongolia has joined Gazprom Silkway Rally route, this country has become the one that delegates the second biggest amount of participants. We will see 13 contestants from this country, 7 motor riders, 6 SSVs and 1 team in a car category. The most experienced is Enkhsarul Davar. He's the master of sports in his home country and the runner-up in the recent Baja Mongolia.
I'm happy to be here, and this is my second participation in Silkway Rally, and this time is a little bit different because I'm racing in a Malay Moto G-Moto class, which is the box rider with no service and no mechanic. Do all the service on our own, so this is a great challenge for me.
We can also see young athletes from Mongolia who are in the very beginning of their rally raid career. One of the up-and-coming riders starts his race in the KTM. Meet Murun Purevdorsh.
Everything is new for me, so I'll get through everything every 10 days, and I will try my best to get on the podium, like top 10 or something. Yeah, I'll try it.
Probably the most noticeable participants from Mongolia is the duo of two girls ready to throw down the glove to all their male rivals. 2 years ago, I started Silkway Rally on a bike, and that was a lot of fun. This year, I bought Can-Am Maverick, and for sure I want to put it in the heat of the race. We tested it for a while to get used to an SSV, but it's still a big challenge for me and my co-driver. Can I say I want to win? Yeah, the victory is the big aim for us. I have already been to Russia as a tourist. I came to see Ulan-Ude, but I've never started a race here. Actually, the fact that I'm here as a competitor is like a miracle for me. I'm following all these famous drivers on social media. I'm looking at their photos from racers, and suddenly I have become a member of this racing club. I'm taken aback by this opportunity. If our car gets in trouble, I'm a fix-it myself. I can do the dirty work, even if we're in the middle of a special stage. Erdenet Galag really did it on the marathon stage, which happened to be one of the most difficult on the route. On the day after Baton Dral has driven to the finish line instead of the start in the morning, but got in fine and has got to the correct starting spot on the last minute. Finally, they've completed the full race. Most of cross-country rallies take part in hot countries, and the Silkway Rally is no exception. But even in the heat of the moment, there is a space for ice. Ice hockey, which is the favorite sport, except racing, for the most of organizers of the Silkway Rally. So they formed an amateur team, named it Silkway Star, and started training about a year ago. In 2021, Silkway Star played a friendly match with a professional ice hockey team from Omsk named Avangard. The head of the rally, Vladimir Chagin, did ceremonial puck drop. It's been a year since we set up a team called Silkway Star. We were training hard, and now we can see that it really helped. We are physically fit. From the very beginning, the Silkway Rally was entering amazing places, opening up the hidden beauties of our planet to the world of cross-country. Temperate grasslands and shrublands of Kazakhstan, the Karakum Desert in Turkmenistan, which resembles Martian landscape, unbelievable China with Gobi Desert, mountains, flat plateaus and dry riverbeds, and Mongolia, the country of the blue sky with vast prairies and retting winds that make these places really special. Russia has been part of the route every time. Its proportions allow different Russian regions to host special stages throughout last 12 years.
Donc faut toujours être humble avec soi-même déjà et respecter là où
So we
on est,
always have to be
sait faire
humble,
ou qu'on peut
respect
faire.
the place where we are
C'était
and what
une
we
des clés,
know
donc ça
and
va.
what we can do.
Je peux pas dire que ce
This
soit
is the
ça
key.
qui m'ait amené là.
I can't
Mais
say
c'est
that
vrai
I'm
que
here because of
les
it, but
passerelles,
it definitely
les
helped
passerelles
to
qu'on
understand
adapte,
some things that are not
on
obvious.
voit, finalement là, mais moi je peux vous garantir
I remember my
que
first Dakar
j'ai fait mon
in
premier Dakar en
1998.
c'était au fond.
I was far away in the desert. I had never seen places like this, but no human beings, 700 kilometers around.
Dans des conditions avec du vent de sable la nuit,
And I got in the middle of a sandstorm at night. That was a moment of anxiety. I was wondering, what am I doing here? I thought I could never make it.
It
took me 1 or 2 Dakars to get rid of this fear, to become calm in a sandstorm, and to stay focused, staying in the middle of nowhere with no one around.
J'allais dire à l'aise. Inquiet, mais en fait plus
We have to learn
serein.
everything from scratch, and we have to remember that nature will always have the last word.
Mais en sachant que c'est toujours la nature qui aura le dernier mot.
Locals definitely like it when Gazprom Silkway Rally comes to their neighborhood. The beautiful podium in the center of Omsk has attracted 10,000 people who greeted the drivers starting their race. The action took place on the Sobornaya Square in the city center. Breathtaking landscapes, unique terrains and stupendous sceneries of Gazprom Silkway Rally would not be filmed and shown without these guys, the helicopter team. And yet the autonomous drones are slowly winning their way over traditional ways of filming. Helicopters remain an essential part of TV production of any cross-country event on the planet. On the Silkway Rally, the heli team consists of father and son, Gilles and Jérémy Soris from France.
For me, Rally Red, it's it's a race, okay, but it's an incredible way to meet people, to discover new country. For example, here we are in Altai. It's just incredible.
Gilles Cerise have been working in the world of cross-country since 1985. And for the last 15 years, he's been working with his son, who followed in his father's footsteps and even surpassed him in some way. At the moment, Jeremy is the one who operates the chamber.
It's a stabilized camera, so the lens of the camera is outside the helicopter, and inside the helicopter you have the we call it a laptop, so you can make the movement of the camera and the zoom, the focus and everything, and you have a screen, so it's a little bit like playing in a video game, but a big one and a real inside one.
Do you like playing games?
No, I don't play any game, but this one is the favorite.
At first, Jeremy was working on the ground while his father was in the sky. When they were filming the race in 2009 in South America, the helicopter of Gilles Cerise fell down.
I was filming an interview on the bivouac, and I had the camera on my shoulder, and I saw in my back, I saw my boss. I was waiting there, and he was not supposed to be there, so I finished my interview, and I went to him and say, okay, everything all right? And he say, yeah, your father is okay. It's like, yes, but why is okay? Yeah, they had a little crash. Okay, and he's okay? Okay. So, nothing more. But then 1 hour later, I begin to understand, and so now it was at this time was a bit rough until he get to the bivouac and I can see him.
The father and son are spending lots of time together inside a tight cabin with no free space. In spite of all that, they didn't argue with each other.
When I'm filming, I have my eyes in the screen, so I don't see what's around. I don't see what's around. So he helps me to say, okay, now maybe you will have something interesting in the left. So maybe if you go a little bit wider, then you will have, I don't know, horses that would come into the screen. So he helps me to build the shot, because I'm blind. I'm blind because I look at my screen.
We are really very close, and really we are on the same level. We spoke a lot, and we say, okay, no, if you had something to tell me, and I do the same. So we are really clear of that, and it's a real pleasure.